I'd like to talk to you today, Paul, about that ABA Wellness Pledge. And first off, how did you hear about the well-being pledge, and what influenced your decision to commit Baker Hostetler to sign on as a signatory to the pledge?
Baker Hostetler is really committed to raising awareness and developing programs to improve physical, mental, and emotional well-being of all of our attorneys and staff. So, to get to your question, in my role as chairman, I've been invited to participate in a variety of managing partner roundtables, which I got to say have been very important to me. The discussions have been critical, especially over the past year. So in one of these groups, I was actually introduced to the concept of the ABA Wellbeing Pledge. And this was really well before the pandemic. We were actually still meeting in person. And another firm leader was talking about a recent tragic suicide of one of their partners. And boy, Chris, I got to tell you, this really struck me. I mean, I was fairly new to this role as chairman, and really awash all of a sudden with the profound sense of responsibility that this incident reminded me of. This is a high pressure career, and we're naive to think that we're not that we are somehow impervious to these challenges. So we owe it to our people to be thinking about these issues, and we should be all watching for signs and for creating an environment where people seek to spend their careers safely. And part of that is supporting each other and watching out for each other. So as soon as I learned about it, at this roundtable, I got more information, and I knew right away that the pledge was something that Baker Hostetler needed to be part of.
Can you talk about why it's important to foster a culture that normalizes well-being and supports programs to improve physical and emotional well-being?
This year has presented many challenges, both personal and professional. And all of us have struggled in one way or the other to adjust to the uncertainty and to deal with the uncertainty and our new normal. But, there's also been many bright spots and silver linings that have provided encouragement. And one of these bright spots for me is that I believe we have all learned so much about the strength of our law firm. Our resilience is a testament to this incredible culture, this culture that we've sustained throughout our 105-year history. So at the same time, I think, Chris, that we have to remember that culture is dynamic. It's changing, it evolves, and you have to work on it. It's just not a given. And as part of that, I think it's important for us to recognize that our people need to take care of themselves. It's in all of our best interest.
It's interesting that we've talked about the pandemic, but we actually signed this pledge before the pandemic, back in the fall of 2019, when none of this was on the horizon.
Yeah, right. So now, obviously, we had to pivot a bit because of the pandemic. The pledge was designed to address the legal profession's, troubling rates of alcohol and other substance abuse disorders, as well as the mental health issues. I think the reality is that we're still living in a time that stigmatizes mental health challenges. And our profession, my guess, and I'm not an expert on any of this, but my guess is that there's be some who would be very reluctant to recognize and admit their own mental health issues, perhaps for fear of looking weak. But look, the very fact that we are having this conversation today is an important step in the right direction. I, for one, look very forward to supporting initiatives, programs, and activities that strengthen bonds, that connect teams, and that to help our people live healthy and happy lives. And I am confident that that will contribute to our success as a law firm in the long run.